Okay, so I already pulled the hot pipe off. We're gonna get the map, all the air stuff off, and pull off the coolant and oil lines, and then the thing should just come right out the top. So it'll actually be pretty easy and pretty quick. So we're gonna quickly drain the coolant out of this guy too, just because I do have to remove all the coolant from it and put water in, because the track does not allow you to use it. So I just have to undo this kind of bolt there, and all the coolant should just come out the bottom. So we'll undo that guy, let it start draining. Oh, and it's already actually leaking there too, so I'll put that there for now and undo the bolt. One good sign I got a healthy motor, the coolant looks pretty green, which is nice. It's just draining out there. Pulled the radiator cap off quick. Now we should be able to undo that coolant hose and the oil one, and we should be safe to pull the whole guy out of the thing, so let's try. So all the bolts are off. The exhaust manifold is actually completely off right now. Lines are off. Now, the one thing I'm having trouble with is, oh, that's why. Okay, it's not gonna pull out until I get, I realize that. I just have to basically pull off that CAD, and then I should theoretically be able to slide the downpipe all the way up and through. I don't know how well that this thing here, the mount, is actually gonna be able to fit through, but we'll see what we can do with that, because it might be a little tight. But let's see what we can do. I pulled the CAD off. Now, cool thing is, I just realized, so even if I can't push that up and through, the downpipe itself actually lowered down a lot more. Let's see if we can get the camera over here. So this lowered down a lot more, so maybe I can actually get a wrench on there now, I'm hoping. We're gonna see if we can maybe get something on there to twist these off, because then instead of trying to get this thing through up there, which I don't actually think is possible, unless I cut it off and re-weld it, but I don't feel like re-welding it on. So let's see if we can now try and get these off with a wrench. So I've been working at these two bolts up here for probably 15 minutes now. It feels like all afternoon at this point. Basically, they are beyond heated on there, and I don't really have a torch at the moment. And regardless, it would take probably 15 minutes to get those off anyways. So what I'm gonna do is actually undo my oil drain, which is right there for the turbo. And I'm gonna take an angle grinder, cut this guy off. It's gonna get re-welded on once everything's back in the car, but I'm gonna buzz this guy off, and then I'm gonna re-weld it on. This is a ghetto looking weld anyways on here, so that's it's not that bad. So I'll just cut it off. I'll tack it back on once I'm done, and then I'll pull the whole thing out the top. Just pull it right out with the turbo, with the manifold, with everything on. Then that way it's solved. And then I can just get a whole new set of bolts for everything on here, because this is just gonna bother me in the future anyways. If I have to do a quick engine swap or something like that. I hate getting stuck up like this. So if you guys have a story where you had a bolt stuck somewhere, let me know about it. Like, just write it in the comments. Let me know how your story went and how you got it out. I mean, there's torching, you know, I'm likely gonna pull it off. Try and get them off with a wrench or something. If that's not gonna work, what I'm gonna do cut them off with an angle grinder, get new bolts, studs in there anyway. So we'll work at that, and for right now I'll angle grind the piece off. So here's what I'm fighting with to get it out. This thing here, basically the turbo inlet hits it when it comes up. Then I also am hitting the water neck here a little bit. So I'm gonna grab two 10 mils, pull off these guys here to get that off. And then I'm probably gonna have to undo the steering rack down below. If you can see down there, the downpipe basically hits it. Whoa, bless me. Sorry. The downpipe basically hits it. So I'm gonna pull this off. Maybe the steering rack will, the steering column, I guess is what you call it. Pull that off too. And then see if I can just slide it up. Usually they slide right up, but this is a factory S15 turbo, and they got all these extra pipes. Like I'm used to like a Garrett 2871R is what I have in my other one on a factory manifold for a T28, and they just pull right out. There we go. Finally got the manifold and turbo off and the downpipe. So here's the gaping hole that's all left. You know, a couple, this one's the oil. I took off the oil, took off the oil return down there. I got everything off. Now, here's how I did it, and it ended up being more of a pain than I figured it would be. But I ended up having to take off the J-pipe, like the downpipe from the J-pipe, because I couldn't get the steering rack off. I have the car actually on the wheels there, so I couldn't actually get the steering column to bend enough for me to basically pop it out to get this out the top. And you know what, overall it was a little easier. These are tedious to get off. Oh, that was loud. These are actually really tedious to get off, and they're kind of annoying. They're little 13 mil bolts all around, and so that's how I got it off. And then literally this just pulled straight out the top. It shows right there. So it's the Garrett S15 T28. It actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. Kind of annoying. I ended up cutting the bracket off right there. I just zipped it off with I zipped it off with an angle grinder because I thought I'd have to pull at the top. Now I gotta weld that back on. So it's another thing I gotta do. And make sure everything's, you know, ready for tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed.